Hello, AP Computer Science. We are going to be making some lovely triangles now because exercise 5 is called the triangle class and it's going to print out triangles. Unfortunately, my example was wrong and I ridiculed myself, hopefully enough to make sure that you knew that this was not correct. This is a 6-tiered triangle, not a 5-tiered triangle. So let's go make that program. In case you're having trouble seeing how it works, we're going over to Bluge. Welcome to Bluge. We are making a new class. It's called Triangle. Now this code has a lot in similarity with the last program we just wrote, the bar one, right? It's actually just drawing bars over and over again. So that's cool. So we could actually use our bar code if we wanted to. But let's not worry about it too much here. Let's just get into it. We might go back and copy and paste it, but oops, what am I doing? I'm talking and I can't think. So let's import scanner. Oh no, that's not how you do it. Java.util.scanner. There we go. Let's have a class. It's called class triangle to hold our code, and because our code loves to be held in so many things, we will also put in the public static void main string args. Love it. Love it so much. So first we'll do our variables. So I guess in this triangle it asks us about what characters do you want to make it out of. So same idea. Again, we'll need the scanner equals new scanner system.in that allows it to read from the terminal as opposed to a file or a URL or something. And then we're going to have some kind of string variable to store the character that the person wants to make the triangle out of, and we'll have I guess we have num. Height might be a good one to call it. I think I call it num in my answer key, so I'll just call it num here as well, but you can name it whatever you want. So now we're going to do the input section. So this is where we read in the information. Do you notice kind of a pattern behind these questions? There's sort of variables, get input, and do some loops to produce the output. So we'll do the same sort of thing here. I kind of want to have tempted to cut and paste, but I don't know. Can I do it? I'm not going to do it. Okay, this is power through. Power through. This is not out the print line. What character do you want your triangle made? Oh, I can't spell. Triangle made of. We'll put that out there. Got a little extra space. No one cares, but I care. Character spelled wrong. Love it. So I'll read that in. sc.next is the way to read in a single character or a word of text. And then and I guess it shouldn't be print line, should it? It should be print so that we have the answer show up on the end of the line, like a good DOS program would. How tall do you want your triangle is the next question. And that's where we read in num equals sc.next int would be the one to use. And then I believe there's a line break. So we just do system.out.print, and it'll actually be print line so that we get a line break. And I think we're going to do that another time. So I'll paste that in now, and then it says something like, here is your triangle. I guess we could just paste it there too. Here is your triangle. Okay, so here is the printing triangle code. Basically, it's a loop, right? So do you remember our loop from do you remember the loop that makes the bar? It was something like this, where it was like for int I equals 0, I is less than num, I plus plus. This was what printed the bar. And we did system.out.print ch, and this printed it num times. So that could print out, this prints out a, whatever this variable is, num times. We have a num, but num doesn't actually represent that this time. This represents how many lines are in the triangle, right? So we actually kind of don't actually use num for this at all. But this is a general sort of idea of how you print out, a certain number of things, a certain number um, of symbols to create that bar. So num actually is supposed to be the height of the triangle, so that's not going to be num. But I do want to repeat this kind of over and over again. So I do want to put it in a for loop. And this is the one that I want to do, num times. I want to print out num, this variable, num, number of levels in my triangle, or tiers, if you will. So I guess I can't use I twice, so I'll switch this to j down here or something. And so I'll make this a nested loop, where it's going to be like for I is less than I plus plus. So this will start at 0. Kind of don't love that though. You know why I don't love that? I don't love it because our triangle always have at least one star. So I'm going to switch these to 1. And I'll make them, I guess, less than or equal to num. This is a case where I think it'll be worthwhile. So that we start with 1. And then the idea is, if you're wondering, like, well, how do I connect these two loops together? So the answer is that if we look at the triangle, if I jump over to this triangle, on level 1, there's a 1 length bar. On level 2, there's a 2 length bar. On level 3, there's a 3 length bar, and so on. So this is sort of counting how many levels we're on, right? We start at level 1, and then, is 1 less than the total number of levels? Yeah, sure. So we increase the number of levels. And I'm actually tempted to rename this instead of I, call it level. Let's do that. So let's say that we start at level is less than or equal to num, and then in here, this j is going to be sort of counting out each bar or each character as we draw it out across the bar. So we actually want it to go to level, right? When level 1, we draw level 1, it has 1. When the level is 5, we draw 5, and so on. So this will be, taking this variable and plugging it into our loop in here. And then if we just ran this, it wouldn't work because, this would print out 1, and then it would still be on that line of print 2, and it would still be on that line of print 3. So we do have to put in a line break at the end after this loop so that it goes to the next level when we go around. And I think that's good. Oops, we forgot a brace, I guess. Okay, does that compile? Sure does. So let's go over to Bluge. Here's our triangle. Pow, let's run it. We'll make it out of percent signs, and we will make it 5 tall. And there you go. We have the 5% signs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks beautiful. Okay, so I guess it's working. I hope that made sense, folks. That one's a tricky one, and I don't know if I explained it super well, what's going on here. But the nested loop is a really important concept. So if it still doesn't make sense after you've seen this video, after you've thought about it yourself, definitely come in and ask some more questions. We'll make that work. Okay, thanks, AP Scholars. Bye-bye.